and greetings to you out there, depending on your time zone. And today with me in studio, I have two special guests who will get to introduce themselves. But before they introduce themselves, a lot of you have been asking me questions. How can I get married in Thailand as a foreigner? So if you've been having such kind of questions and worried about the same, so worry no more, because your questions will be answered today. So welcome. Ladies first. So can you please introduce yourself?
Hi everybody, my name is Chari and I am from the Philippines. I'm currently working as an ESL teacher in Thailand, Singapore province.
Oh, okay, that is nice. Welcome, Chari. What about you, gentlemen?
I am James. I'm working as a software programmer here in Thailand, non-February.
Oh, okay. For how long have you been in Thailand?
For about 3 years now.
3 years. And
4 years. I came here first and he followed.
oh, so both of you are from the Philippines.
Yeah.
Oh, that is awesome. So I understand that the two of you have been lovers, but I don't know for how long. So where did your love story begin? So maybe James,
Okay,
could you take us through that?
We were colleagues back in the Philippines. So we met there. Yeah, we live in different cities, but then it so happened we met during work.
Oh, right. So after you relocated to Thailand, then you decided to go ahead and get married. So I'm privileged having attended their wedding, which was so colorful. But apart from that, today we are here for a different business. So can you please take me through, as foreigners, the two of you here in Thailand, what did it take you to get married in Thailand in terms of documentation? Yeah.
Alright, so first we start our processing back in the Philippines. And since it's COVID time, so what we did, we just contacted some friends, families back in the Philippines to collect and gather our requirements there.
So there are two requirements that we needed.
Yeah.
The first is our birth certificate. The second is a certificate of like a marriage.
No marriage.
No marriage, yeah.
We call it Senomar in our
Yeah.
place.
Senoma.
Sanmar.
Certificate of no marriage, meaning
To make sure that we
prove that you're not married back at home.
So meaning her birth certificate and mine,
Yeah.
and also certificate of no marriage for her and mine also.
Or separately.
Yeah.
Okay, so now here you are, you've got your birth certificate, you got your certificate of no marriage from your home countries. And what about residing in Thailand means you're foreigners? What are the documents that the government of Thailand needs from you, together with the documents that you guys received from home to facilitate your wedding?
Would you like us to go through details?
Exactly, because that is what the viewers need to know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is for Filipinos. I'm
Yeah.
not sure what requirements you need for other countries. Okay.
No, basically the documents are the same as long as you're a foreigner, they apply. Only that some countries might have a few changes here and there. Yeah.
Okay. So maybe for the steps we did for our local country first. I'll explain the process.
Yeah.
Okay. So what we did, we gathered our birth certificate and certificate of no marriage, both for us. And then we asked our families and friends there to get a red ribbon for it, because what they're going to do next is they need to send the documents to Thailand, since we stay here or we are residing here during those times and we are not able to go home.
Yeah.
So it took about 1 or 2 weeks for the document to arrive. And once we received the document at that time, okay, what we did next?
After that, so before going to the Philippine embassy, so we had to appoint, and we received our documents actually last January, and we had our appointment 13th of January, and before you go to embassy, you have also to go to Thailand immigration for translation, right? Because language here is not the same, so we have to translate our documents from English, that's from Philippines, to Thai language.
Okay, so this is what happened.
Yeah.
There are two options that we could do.
Yeah.
First is we can do our marriage in the embassy for
Yeah.
documents, or we can do it in Thai local district.
Yeah.
So during that time, when we asked the embassy, the person in charge there, so we asked her when will be the schedule. I mean the possible schedule for us. So since it was COVID time, so a lot of schedules were delayed.
Yeah.
So that was January, and then the lady told us that there were couples who already scheduled last. Took or requested a schedule last November.
Yeah.
So November of last year. It was January, but then the lady told us those people who requested a schedule last November
They are waiting.
still
and not
waiting.
being held. Yeah.
Yeah, so we were thinking, I think it's going to take time for us. So what we did, we decided to get this document called CLCCM.
Yeah.
I think it's something for a document given to us by the embassy to allow us to get married, or
In
like
Thailand.
another certificate here in Thailand now. Okay. So yeah, we got the certificate, and then we went to Singbury district.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we submitted our documents. What were the requirements?
Yeah, for that. So since that time,
Yeah.
we already translated and we
Yeah.
got already the documents from the Philippine embassy.
Yeah.
So the next step was to go to district local.
Yeah.
So here in Singbury, so they needed our visa,
Yeah.
our work permit and certificate of employment,
Yeah.
and fourth is the CLC,
Even the contract, right?
and the contracts of 5 requirements.
So, and since we decided in Thai local district, so not all Thai people are. I mean, the government are not really good in English, so
Yeah.
that's why they require it in Thai. So everything should be in Thai. So that's why we needed it translated into Thai.
Oh, okay.
So we paid another extra fee for that.
For a translator or for
Yeah.
translation?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then after they translate it,
Yeah.
they need to. I don't know how they call it. Like they legalize the translation.
Oh, okay, okay. There was somebody who was to attest it. Actually, it's just like what Chari said before, that they had to receive a red ribbon on their documents, which means the documents had to be attested, right? Yeah. So each and every marriage or wedding has witnesses. How did you go about the witness issue? Or in Thailand, it's not a requirement to have a witness on your wedding
Yeah,
to
they
sign
do.
on. Yeah. So how did you go about it? Did you like go along with your fellow foreigners, or you got somebody from Thailand to help you with that?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So we got Kuya M. He's a Thai citizen, because one of the requirements also for witness is you have to have at least two people for for them to witness
To
Oh.
process the
signing.
document.
Yeah, the signing.
Yeah.
So these two people are really close to our hearts.
Yeah.
Our church mates, so
Okay.
Christians. So yeah.
So it doesn't matter the witness, it can be a Thai citizen, a foreigner, no problem, as long as there are people who know you well.
And yeah, they actually require another Thai citizen or Thai person to translate it.
Oh, apart from the witness.
Yeah.
So you had 3 people with you.
Two. It's either a Thai who can understand or translate
Yeah.
for you, and a foreign.
Oh, okay. So how long did it take you in the district? You went and notified them, we have all the documents, we're here, we want to get married. How long did it take for you like to have your marriage officiated in the district level?
So in our case, it does not. It wasn't like it wasn't easy that time because of COVID, of course.
Yeah.
So we really have to face a lot of like struggles about it.
Yeah.
So our patience was really tested that time. So during our processing, the local district actually like told us to really come back again. So we've been there for 4 times. Yeah.
So we
in our
spent like
case.
around 3 or 4 weeks, right?
Yeah.
For 4 weeks.
almost a
And
month.
then what happened was it was not processed in local district. So I mean in Singbury local district. So what we did, because we understand that it's their first time to have this case, like both foreigners.
Oh.
So it's so different for them. Like it's so new for them. So they actually tried to ask for a lot of requirements, like extra requirements. So what we did, we decided from then on that okay, let's withdraw the documents, and then we go to another city, which there's a lot of foreigners, and
Yeah.
they are already familiar how to process
Okay.
marriage documents for both foreigners. So what we did, we transferred to another city,
Yeah.
and so we went there for just 1 day, and
Yeah.
we already received our marriage certificate in Thailand just 1 day.
Alright. So you did your wedding in a different province, transferred your documents to another province, then you received your wedding certificate.
Yeah.
So from the time you had your marriage in Singbury province to the time you received your official marriage certificate, how long did it take?
Mm, yeah, a month.
For 1 month. Oh.
But I think it can be short, like
Yeah.
shorter, if we just went to that city instead.
Oh, right.
So I think it's better for couples to, especially for foreigners, to go to a city with a lot of foreigners, since the local government there knows more and they are already familiar with the steps.
So what are some of these cities with a lot of foreigners, maybe
Yeah.
for the sake of our viewers?
Yeah, here in Thailand, you can go to Bangkok,
Bangkok,
since
yeah.
that's the capital city,
Yeah.
or you can go to Pattaya.
Pattaya.
Yeah. Or maybe Phuket, I'm not sure. But Phuket is pretty far from Bangkok.
Alright. That is nice. So you've got to hear what one needs to get married as a foreigner in Thailand. You need your birth certificate. You need your certificate of no marriage, meaning you're not married back at home, and that needs to be done by your embassy. In case you're working in Thailand, you need your work permit, you need your contract, you need your valid visa. And I'm aware that these rules also apply to like a tourist foreigner who comes into Thailand and plans to get married. Although I don't encourage that unless like your spouse is staying here and it will be easy to extend your visa. Otherwise, because of the timing, like if you had to wait for 4 weeks, that is already a month. Your tourist visa might expire before your marriage is like officially done. So you need to prepare yourself well. So otherwise, it has been good having you here, guys. Yes.
Or if those foreigners or you guys know someone who can officiate a wedding here in Thailand, and
Yeah.
I think that would be much better and faster.
Oh, okay.
Or I think there are agencies available.
Or agencies that.
But you have to pay extra, of course.
Yeah, as long as your dream comes true, sometimes money doesn't matter that much. As long as the love of your life is there and happy and you're together, that's the most important thing. Yeah. So, what are your plans? Are you guys planning to be like be here for some time, raise your kids here, or are you gonna go back home someday?
I'm not sure. We will see.
All right. So, James is working as a programmer, a computer programmer here in Thailand. Maybe in another session, I'll be having an interview with him. For those of you who might want to know, what does it take as a foreigner, maybe as an engineer, to relocate from your home country to Thailand and work? So otherwise, thank you so much, lady and gentlemen, for having you here, and I wish you happiness in your marriage. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rafi.